Hello everybody. So in March, I went to Cal Ranch, our local Cal Ranch, to buy some chicken feed. Took my kids with me. It was a rainy day. Thought we'll just get out and enjoy the day. We went out to lunch, ran over to Cal Ranch, and my sole purpose was to simply get some chicken food. Well, they had baby chicks there, and of course my kids begged and cried and wanted some baby chickens. So if anybody knows chicken math, we walked out of the store with 3 new chickens. So I've been having them in a tote in my basement actually because I didn't want to give up my garage space. But they were getting too big, and I was starting to kind of stress out a little bit about what am I going to do with these baby chickens, because I just don't feel like they are coop ready to be with bigger chickens. So shout out to my awesome dad. I contacted him. So if you guys remember my very first video when I talked about my chicken story, I've showed you my coop that my dad made me a few years ago. Turned out wonderful. So I messaged him and just said, I just need like a box that I can put my younger chickens in. They can be secluded, but yet they can still see my older chickens and be outside. So he was awesome, and he made me this cute little coop. So a little mini baby coop. So I was gonna show that off to you today, and just brag about how awesome my dad is. Anybody else have awesome dads that are so great at building things? So it's still kind of cold here in Utah. We are in that typical springtime where we have a few days that it's nice, and then it decides to snow or to rain, and it still gets into the 30s and 40s at night. My baby chickens are anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks old, and so I don't feel like they're quite ready to just be out in like really cold weather. So they were really struggling in their box the other day, and I just really wanted them in the box in the house, and I just really wanted them to be able to come outside. So I decided to bring them out to the big box, and I hooked up our heat light to put our heat light in, our lamp, and I will just do that for this week, and then I think they will be good. So it's supposed to warm up a little bit this week, and I think we'll be okay. So basically what I have, and I have not taken the winterized part of my coop off, my big coop, so it looks a little on the ghetto-y side. So let me flip this around and I'll show you. Okay, so between my fence that I share with my neighbor and my coop, I had a stretch of grass. And last year I had just put up some chicken wire on each side and had my other baby chicks in here. But I got those ones a little later in March, and so by the time they were kind of ready to come out, it was a little bit warmer. So, anyways, I wanted something that could just fit in this space so that I could not take up more space in my yard, but that would, you know, just utilize this space. So here, my dad built this box, really basic and simple. However, he was really smart and thought of some really awesome things. So I kind of told him what I wanted, and then in my mind I was like, oh, what about this and what about that? And he just totally read my mind and went with it. So this is just made out of plywood that he had on hand. So if you're curious, the reason why I'm kind of showing you this is because I know for me, I was like, what do I do? So this is kind of a great idea for anybody who's in the same situation I am, that hopefully you can get some inspiration from seeing his box. So this was, I'm trying to remember the exact measurements of it. Ooh, I can't remember what I told him. 31 inches, something like that. But he put a lid on top. Ooh, like I said, haven't taken out the winterizing yet, so I still have my sheets are starting to fall off here. But here's my heat lamp just to kind of keep it a little bit warmer in here. It's not so hot that they're struggling because they don't need it to be really hot at this age yet. I just wanted to keep it a little bit warmer in here. So my water is in here. He built a little box even for their food, which I thought was super cute. And then just a place for them to roost. The door right there actually can be lowered. And so then at nighttime I can shut the door and they can come in here. So here they come running. They're getting so big. Like I said, they're between 6 and 8 weeks. This white one, she's on the older side, 8 or 9 weeks. She is just a bigger breed of bird as well. So I think she's also just taller. So they're getting big. We're close. But I know that they are a little bit chilly in this weather, so that's why I wanted the heat lamp. So anyways, hopefully this inspires any of you who are struggling like I am, or I was. My dad made sure there was a way that I could lock this. He did put on the sides as well, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but oh, I don't think you can. He just left some slit marks in some of the areas so that there, you can see it through here. There's a slit through there just for a little bit of airflow and for some light, because these birds I will leave in here until, oh, I don't know, June or July. I will take them out before I feel like they start laying, so they can understand where they need to be laying in my bigger coop with nesting boxes. But this way I can control how much interaction they have with the big birds. They'll be a little bit older when they go with the big birds, so that they will not hopefully get picked on so much. I have been putting a bird or two, a bigger hen, in this little runway so that they can interact with them a little bit and get used to them. But then these poor little ladies don't get stressed out by just being thrown in with a bunch of older hens. So let's see if they'll let me go close up without them freaking out. She's being cute and interacting with the light. There you have it. There's my dad's awesome mini coop box.